Oh, that's why I washed it out. Anyway. Your Trucking 101 class today. Class is in session. Here's why. The lesson today is going to be what happens when you leave your truck for a week and you leave your crap on the inside of the truck. So stay tuned. We're going to see how somebody jump starts a big rig. Mine. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so to continue the video, I am actually at the storage place where I keep my truck. And I left my truck with a couple of electronics running while I was off for the Christmas holiday. Well, I came back to it today. Today's Sunday. And I came back to it today, and of course it's dead. So I called Love's. Love's wanted like $109 for the hour, plus like $2.25 a mile or 25 cents a mile or something to come out here and deal with it, which there's a Love's close by. Relatively, I think it's probably 12 miles or something like that. But I was looking at $150 at least service call to come out here, and I was like, okay, that can't work. So I called AAA. I have AAA, and to see if they could do it. Now, word of the wise, AAA does not do commercial trucks, or at least not on the service plan that I have. But they will do. I have the RV class or whatever. Not because I don't have an RV. Still thinking about it, but it's like trying to start a diesel pusher. Basically, that's my understanding of the way that this is working. But so what I did was I called them. They were going to send somebody out here, but it was going to be like 2.5 hours for somebody to get here. I called my uncle. My uncle's really good with electronics and stuff. We talked about it, so let me show you what I've done, okay? All right, so here's the Caprice, and you can see I've got it hooked up to the truck. Now, let's talk a little bit about this, because this can be dangerous doing it this way. Anyway, it's hooked up to my battery, positive and negative, right? And we go over here and we want to look, and this is all, it's hooked up to one battery, positive and negative, okay? Or negative and positive, whatever. Now, there are 4 batteries here, and each one of these batteries are 1100 cranking amps, okay? And the reason if you look, it's connected negative to negative, negative to negative, and then this goes negative back there, okay? And then look back here, positive to positive, positive to positive, positive to positive. All right, so these batteries are in parallel with each other. These 4 batteries create the 12-volt system inside the truck and also give you your cranking amps. So the truck apparently cranks at like, let's see if it's on the door somewhere here. No. Maybe it might be up there. I'm not going to get up there right now and look at it. Oh, look at that. I have a gross vehicle weight rating of 53,200, so I have to look that up. Anyway, no, it's not. So, anyway, I'm going to go back inside the car. It's cold out here. Alright, so you guys saw how I had it connected and everything. Basically what I'm doing at this point is I'm using the 5.7 liter V8 motor in my car as a generator. So, I've got it connected to the batteries on the truck. I'm going to sit here for a decent amount of time. Probably an hour or so. Roughly an hour. I've already been here, I think, an hour at this point trying to figure this out. But sit here for a little while longer, and I'm going to let the batteries on the truck charge. Now, I've already tried to start it once. That was about 5 minutes after I connected the batteries. It did have enough power at that point to actually turn the motor over, but only once. So I figure a good long charging session between the car and the truck at this point will probably give me enough juice to actually turn it over, and if not, then I'll call AAA back. But I canceled them, and I'm just going to sit here and do this. Now, it's connected from the battery to the batteries, okay? And the reason for that is there are 2 ways to do this. First way is from the battery to the batteries. The second way to do it is batteries to a post underneath the hood and to the starter. You don't want to do that with a car like this, and the reason for that is because the starter requires, I mean, you saw the cold cranking amps are what, 925 a piece. That's 9, 18, 27, 36. 9, 18, 27, 36. Yeah. So you're looking at like 3,700 cold cranking amps from the batteries and 1,110 cranking amps altogether. So the truck requires about 3,000 cranking amps, maybe more, 3 to 3,500 cranking amps to start the truck. Wait, what? 3 to 3,500 cranking amps to start the truck. Okay. Okay. So real quick, that is bullshit. And I was basically talking out of my ass at that point, and I apologize. I had to go back and do some research because I was editing the video and I realized, you know, this might not be right. It doesn't really sound right to me. It might not be right. So here's what I'm going to give you really quickly. Okay. You can damage your car by connecting your car up to the starter on the truck and then trying to start the truck that way, because you're pulling way too many amps out of your car. Your car's only producing probably 130 amps. I think my car's only producing 130 amps tops out of the alternator. So you can actually burn out the electrical system in your car trying to start the truck if you're connected directly to the starter. So that's why you always want to connect to the batteries when you're jump starting a truck. On the battery system on a truck, there are 4 batteries on this truck. It does not take 3,700 cold cranking amps to start this truck. Okay. The other thing is, there were on cold cranking amps was 925 for the truck on each battery. Then the actual like cranking amps, not cold cranking amps, but cranking amps, were like 1,110. So there's 4,440 amps altogether coming out of this battery to try to start the truck. Now, that's a lot of power. You don't need all of that. Under ideal conditions, which is a warm climate, the truck should start anywhere between 600 and 800 amps. And it takes that many amps. Your car only takes 100 amps to start. The truck takes a lot more because your compression ratio is higher. In a car, you have an 8-to-1, 9-to-1, 10-to-1 compression ratio, which in a truck, you have a 15-to-1 to 23-to-1 compression ratio. And that takes a lot of power to like compress that air into the top of the cylinder chamber. So the other thing is, you have glow plugs that try to heat up the air inside the cylinder chamber. You have all of that machinery that you have to get moving, and that's a lot of machinery to get moving. You have, you know, if you're in a cold climate, the fuel could be gelling, or it could be thick. The oil could be thick because it's cold. It's not any one of those things. So you have, like, more than likely, one battery is going to be able to start your truck, because it's going to take anywhere between 600 and 1,200 amps basically to start the truck, depending on the climate, the conditions, and blah blah blah. There are 4 batteries on this truck with a capacity, cold cranking capacity of 3,700 amps, and just a sitting capacity of 4,400 amps. You know, and the reason for that is not to start the truck. The reason is because the companies that buy these trucks, they don't want us sitting and idling our truck. They want us sitting and not idling our truck, but they still want us to have power. So, like, these 4 batteries will run my refrigerator on the truck, which I have a little refrigerator right here, for like a day and a half. You know, basically through a 34-hour restart, and that's the reason for that. So when you take 4 12-volt batteries and you connect them in parallel, which is positive to positive to positive, negative to negative to negative, and so on, you don't increase your voltage. You still get 12 volts, but you get all of the amps combined. So if each battery is 1,110, you get 4 batteries at 1,110, and you've got 4,440 amps. And when you divide that by your amp hours, your discharge, and look this all up, watch a video on it, please. I've watched 5 or 10 videos on it. I don't remember which videos. There was a really good one. I'll put it in I'll try to remember to put it in the link in the description below. But you know, you have a discharge of amps, and that's based on your amp hour usage and so on and so forth. So the batteries are like, it's kind of like your backup power. You know, you can sit there and watch TV and play video games, and I don't have video games in here, but you can, you know, run the refrigerator and run the computer and, basically sit and listen to the radio and blah blah blah, and not really run out of power. You will eventually, but you can sit for 24 hours probably and not have a problem. And that's the whole idea behind all of that. So anyway, that's pretty much it on that. Let's go back to the video and just wrap it up. And you connect to a starter and try to jump start it off of a car, there's a possibility you can blow the battery up. Maybe. I don't know. But you can damage your car or damage the electrical system in your car or damage the battery or whatever. Okay? So, if you're doing it off of a car like this, the best thing to do is just let it charge batteries. Okay? And in the meantime, so that's what I'm pretty much doing today. That's your trucking 101 lesson. Really, the lesson is don't leave your shit on and then expect to be able to come back to your truck and start it up. So it doesn't work like that. Okay? If you do leave your truck on, then, if you're like me and you're on your own, you're going to have to try to figure out how to fix it yourself, this is how we're doing it. We're just going to sit here and let it charge. So, anyway, that's it. Y'all keep the shiny side up. Don't let your batteries go down. And I'll see you down the road. Really hope this works.